Hello, I was gonna make another video earlier, but my battery went down and I've been dealing with some stuff. But I'm gonna try to make this a specific video. Get down! One of my animals. Concerning my weight loss struggle. First of all, let me give you a little history. I will try not to bore you to death. If you're looking for numbers, except for pounds lost, I am not giving numbers yet. I'm not that comfortable. Okay? I'm not that comfortable. Anyway, I have forever since I was a fetus been overweight. I always got made fun of as a kid, especially because my brother was tall and thin, and he was in the cool. She's trying to get 2 toys. In her mouth. And I think my weight loss struggle is real. Anyway, he was cool. He had curly hair. I guess back in the 80s, that was a thing that attracted girls. My boo-boo's almost gone. Anyway, and I was always Tracy's sister. So, anyway. So, I got used to the teasing very early in age. And as many of us overweight adults know, adults aren't much better. Young kids, look at the fat lady, especially when I was a lot heavier. And believe me, I'm still heavy. My ripped up nightgown, y'all have been, well, I guess you're getting used to it, so I shouldn't feel ashamed. It's well loved. Anyway, you know, kids are innocent whenever they, it's just like seeing a really tall person. Wow, look at that. You know, that comes from innocence. Ignorance is another thing. And older children, teens, adults, grandmas and grandpas, people, especially the older generation, seem to still retain some of their manners. They were taught a lot better. Now kids aren't taught. And I'm actually guilty of that somewhat, to a certain extent, concerning certain things. But, okay, so I have always, as I said, from a fetus, been overweight. That is one reason, besides genetics, me being Native American, that is one reason why I've got type 2 diabetes. Okay, it looked like my screen was flickering for some reason. Anyway, when I was pregnant with my oldest 23 years ago, almost, well, it was 23 years ago now, I gained 3 pounds. Or no, I was 3 pounds lighter the day I gave birth to her than when anyway, you know what I'm talking about? Than before. So I didn't gain anything. Of course, babies, you know, we got to blame the babies. Jeez. Anyway, for our sanity and our weight. My second pregnancy was with my 18-year-old, and I gained a lot of weight, about 60 something, almost 70 pounds, but 65. My third pregnancy was with Andrew, and I carried him until 34 weeks. And 10 days, and I gained some weight with him, but not a whole lot. With Sarah, I didn't gain a whole lot, but when I was pregnant with my oldest was when we found out about my heart, and that was the only health condition that we knew of at that time, and nothing really showed up. The diabetes showed up either right before I got pregnant with my 18-year-old son or right after. I think right before, because it seems like, yeah. Okay, so blah. I'm sorry. See, I babble and I don't mean to. And I don't want to make this video so long like all the other ones. Can you hear her hackling in there? She hackles. Cackles, whatever you call it. Anyway, so I have always been heavy. At my highest, I'll go ahead and say I was 353 at my highest. That was a long time ago. Can't believe I actually shared that with 1 million people. No, okay, I'll get like 3 views, so it's not 1 million people. Just don't tell your friends. Anyway, so you know, the early 90s, low carb got popular. Well, although I was diagnosed with a heart condition, at that point, I wasn't until, you know, the late 90s. I guess the mid 90s really was when low carb got popular. Or the late 90s? I don't know. I'm bad with math. Anyway, so I was doing low carb and I always did really well, but I would have low sugar happening because you know, my idea at that time was keto, which is basically, or no carb, which is very, very, very minimum. And I didn't realize that I was diabetic at the time. And so I you know, have low blood sugars as well. And I still do, but usually it's insulin and I don't eat as much or on time or whatever. But anyway, so, and then of course, I finally started seeing cardiologists more often. And then when I was pregnant with Andrew, and when I was about 4 months, I believe, is when I had to have my defibrillator pacer put in, because, which, by the way, I'm going to do a video another time about scars. But anyway, and you're just going to hear whiny puppy in the background, I guess. She lost a toy or something. Anyway, so I had to see cardiologists more often. And I'm trying to get a toy that she got stuck here. So I had to see cardiologists more often, and they were like, heart healthy diet and a diabetic diet. And then the more doctors I saw, regular doctors and specialists, the more, I'm like, me and my dad used to talk about it because he had the same issues pretty much. And it would be, what's left? Lettuce. And then, you know, that's not enough of your, anyway, so, you know, one doctor would be okay with low carbing. Another doctor would say, oh, no, you do not need the fat. Some say the fat's good. Some say the fat's not good. Whatever. Low carb has always worked for me. Don't bite me. But I always cheat. And when I cheat, honey. I cheat. Every Monday I restart a diet. But anyway, I've been successful because I've yo-yoed the last 30 pounds for the last 13 years since I've lived in Texas, I swear. It seems like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And never getting, you know, under 300. Well, I finally, last year I got under 300. And I'm not going to say my weight, but I've lost just under 60 pounds. But the thing is, you know, last week I was in the hospital. I had the procedure last weekend. And every time I can be in the hospital one night, one freaking night is all it takes, an IV, and whatever the atmosphere, the stress, I don't know. And it's like 10 pounds. Well, I have to weigh myself because congestive heart failure, I have to weigh myself. My doctor tells me every 3 days. Well, I weigh myself just about every day. But I was up a couple pounds. So, you know, I haven't been on the scale for the last couple days. Well, I got on the scale and I compared, because I keep track on my Samsung Health thing, and Fat Secret is what the app is called. Keep track of my weight and carbs and calories and all that stuff. And I'm up 8 pounds from a week ago, which I was in the hospital a week ago. And that's very frustrating, because that makes my goal, which is a low goal. I never set, like I'm going to lose 100 pounds in a year or something, because I'll fail. So I've got to do, 10, 20 pounds at a time, or I just won't get there. So although I've made a lot of progress, it's frustrating, because it, 1 or 2 days off strict plan, and it's like bam, back on. Glass water, by the way. There's a fly in here. Anyway, it's just really frustrating. And like the other day I was watching Jen make her burrito, her tortillas with bacon and eggs, and I'm thinking, honey, that's a wonderful breakfast when you're not thinking about the heart doctor that tells you that that low carb is not good, because some will say it's fine and some will say don't do it. It was great until the tortilla. Well, it just depends on, do what your health physician says, unless you're a rebel. And I'm not going to say if I'm a rebel or not all the time, because I'm not all the time. But anyway, so I'm just frustrated. See, this is 12 minutes already. And I have said what? Nothing. But I'm a long way from goal, and I don't even have like a final, almost a destination. But I've seen those movies. I can still never follow a log truck. Never. You could ask Sarah. I'm frustrated. And I just wanted to get on here and say I'm mad. See, I could have saved y'all 12 and a half minutes of your life by just making a 10-second video saying, I am mad today. That's even less than 10 seconds. But anyway, so one of these days I may say numbers, but I know a lot of us are trying to lose weight, and we all struggle. And you know what? It's okay to restart every Monday. Because Monday, for some reason, although Sunday's the beginning of the week, officially, Monday is, I have to start Monday. And if I screw up Tuesday, I got to start the next Monday. I'm so weird. And I know I'm not the only one. But anyway, y'all have a good day. I have a couple of videos that I want to make. But I don't know if they'll be today. But anyway, I haven't seen Jenny online. I'm a little worried about you, Jenny. Come on, get online. We see you every single day. Anyway, y'all have a good day. God bless. And keep on keeping on. Yeah. We can do this. Ow. Ow. My dog is trying to scratch the skin off my arm, I'm telling you. She's harassing me.